Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Daisy. Today's video is a continuation of a series we've been doing here where we share spooky, scary, interesting legends of every state in Mexico. So today it is Guerrero. So grab your snacks, grab your cobija, and let's get into these spooky legends. To kick off our exploration of spooky legends in another enchanting part of Mexico, we're venturing into the state of Guerrero. Along the Pacific coast, Guerrero is known for its breathtaking beaches. But beyond the sandy shores and ocean waves, Guerrero's coastal beauty hides secrets that have been whispered through the ages. So I thought it was fitting to start off with this first legend, La Mujer del Candil, an infamous tale told in the beaches of Guerrero. So legend has it that long ago there was a deeply devout woman whose dream was to visit the Vatican to meet the Pope. So driven by her passion, she saved up all of her money for this big trip. Well, a day before her departure, after she had saved up enough, she informed the townspeople that she would be absent for a few days. She was excited, sharing some details of her long-awaited trip. Well, the woman's journey began with a lengthy walk to Acapulco port. It's said that her journey stretched into the night, and with the moonlight absent, she lit a lantern to guide her path along the beach's edge. As she got closer to her first destination, a group of thieves of her own town, aware of the money that she carried for her trip, ambushed her in a ruthless attempt to steal her money, beating her to death. Since then, every moonless night, a faint light suddenly appears out of nowhere. It reveals a woman wearing a long white dress, walking along the coastline, holding that same glowing lantern that once guided her way. And with each step she takes, the light intensifies, making it impossible for anyone to describe her up close. Some believe she's on a mission, searching for the very criminals that cut her journey short, all in a haunting attempt to get back her stolen money and finish the trip that she started on that faithful day. Now, this next legend is not spooky per se, but I found it very interesting, so I had to share it with you guys. We find ourselves in El Panteón de San Francisco in Acapulco, Guerrero, where there's a lot of talk of paranormal stories, from simple ghostly apparitions to miracles attributed to the spirits of a child named Raulito. Well, in the year 1933, in El Panteón de San Francisco, the oldest cemetery in Acapulco, received the remains of Raulito, a 10-month-old baby who was later joined by his 1-month baby brother, who also tragically lost his life. Raulito and his brother's grave went unnoticed for decades until 2007, when one lady had arrived at the cemetery. She was in tears holding her 4-year-old daughter, who was on the brink of death. The woman asked the cemetery's administrator where she could find a grave of a child abandoned by their family. That's when the worker pointed to Raulito's tomb, located near the entrance of the cemetery. The mother went to his tombstone to ask for a favor, promising to return and express her gratitude if her daughter survived. It is said that for over an hour, the mother was on her knees praying for her daughter's health, to which the doctors had already declared that her daughter wouldn't make it by the end of the day, as she had already suffered 2 heart attacks. But you know what? Let's hear from the worker that experienced this whole thing.
Me llega aquí en la mañana llorando la señora dice, vengo a pedir un favor, le digo, dígame señora, pero venía llorando, pero le digo, ¿qué le pasa? Dice, es que traigo a mi niña, le digo, dice, muy grave, que ya se me va a morir, digo, pero llévela al doctor, le digo, ¿por qué me la trae aquí? No, dice, mire, ya vengo de allá. Al salir, ya el doctor me dijo que la niña ya no tenía remedio, que ya se me iba ya se me va a morir. Se quedó hincada aquí 1 hora y media, la señora con su niña aquí cargando. En el tiempo que estuvo ella aquí en el panteón, la niñita nunca levantó la cabecita, nunca se incorporó. Ya a la 1 hora y media me habla, señora, dice, ya me voy, dice. Ya le pedí al niño Raulito. Doña, dice, ayúdeme, dice. Pídale también ustedes al niño que me ayude, que no se muera mi niña. Luego le digo, doña, mire, si usted tiene fe, la fe muere en montañas. Si a usted le dijeron así, así va a ser. Se fue la señora. ¿Cuál fue mi sorpresa? Que al mes, 20 días, llega la señora. Traía una bolsa con flores artificiales, flores naturales, dulces, fruta. Y la niña ya andaba caminando, de 4 años la niña. Me dice, señora, buenos días, yo ando barriendo allá afuera. Digo, dígame, señora. Oiga, dice, vengo a ver la tumba del niño Raulito. Digo, ¿usted es su familiar? Porque aquí no entra nadie que no sean familiares. No, dice, mire, me salvó la niña. A veces se juntan aquí 30, 40, hasta 50 personas. Se juntan. Pero yo no le hago la oración en ese día porque yo estoy muy ocupada. Sí, pero ellas nomás vienen a verlo a él, ¿cómo se dice? A saludarlo, pues, a darles las gracias por lo que ya les hizo. ¿Sí? Le traen flores, le traen veladoras, pero vienen a verlo.
So as you guys heard, the mother and her 4-year-old daughter returned to Raulito's grave, bringing him fruta, flowers, and toys as a gesture of gratitude because her daughter had been saved. And from that moment on, the news of the miracle spread throughout the city, and Raulito began to receive many visitors. Some came to seek miracles, while others simply left gifts. And to this day, Raulito's grave is visited daily by dozens of believers from all over Mexico. It's said that at night, laughter, voices, and sightings of children playing among the cemetery's grave have been reported.
Este muñeco es el que juega él con los niños, porque lo han visto jugando afuera de aquí de su casita, que trae un trajecito de bichí azul, y como ves, mira, ve, tiene sucios de manitas, mira, de las manitas de los niños, mira, todo como está. Pero, y tengo otro muñeco que ya me lo volaron, ahí estaba, es grande y ese no lo aguantan ellos. Él pues no lo aguanta, por eso no lo juega. Y ese muñeco está limpio. Y por eso vemos que ese sí, todos esos muñecos pues él no los puede jugar porque están grandes para él. Pero él juega con este. Bueno, sí, en realidad, yo cuando llego, yo dejo, como ves ahorita, los juguetes bien, todos bien. Entonces los encuentro a veces tirados en el abajo. A veces encuentro pelotas que andan allá tiradas en el patio, afuera de su cubículo de él, afuera encuentro, y yo digo, bueno, esas son cosas del niño, y ya vengo y le digo, yo platico con él, digo, bueno, Raulito, ¿por qué te sacas juguetes? No los andes tirando, mira cómo me dejaste el montón de juguetes, yo vengo rápido a hacer mi aseo, y ya se los dejo aquí. A veces estoy almorzando o comiendo, y se oye el ruido de la sonaja, que se oye pues el ruido de la sonaja, y le digo, ya vengo, Raulito, ¿quieres que yo juegue contigo, que te platique? Espérame tantito porque estoy ocupada. Y si no, yo vengo, pues ya vengo y le empiezo a jugar también, le empiezo a cantar, a platicar, ¿sí? Yo pienso que él ya se queda contento porque ya no se oye nada de ruidos, ¿sí? Pero sí, personas de allá arriba me han dicho que han visto varios niños jugando aquí.
And so, as you guys heard, the testimony of the cemetery administrator. Once the sun sets over the cemetery, it seems like Raulito's spirit and memory lives on. Now, lastly, there's a legend from the state of Guerrero that tells of a remote pueblito where some of the local men have a tradition. After a long day of hard work, they quench their thirst at a nearby cantina before heading home to rest. Well, one day, after working long hours, a man named Don Jose was on his way home from work, but he decided to stop by at this cantina before heading home. He thought to himself, a little strong drink before bedtime won't hurt anyone. So as he entered the cantina, he was met with a couple of friends that were discussing a certain legend that everyone in the pueblo was talking about. They were talking about the legend which said that after midnight, the devil roamed the village. A woman claimed to have seen him in the form of a black dog, while another man said he saw him as a bull. Well, many anecdotes followed, but Don Jose bursted into laughter, chuckling, saying to his friends, "A mí el diablo me pela los dientes." He brushed it off as the elders creating this little rumor so they could not enjoy their little mezcal before going home. So following this, Don Jose decided to leave the cantina and thought it was best to go home. He walked through a dimly lit part of the town with no streetlights in sight. The only illumination was the moon's reflection, still shining brightly in the clear skies. As he walked through the dark streets, he suddenly heard a noise, like a faint whimper. He initially thought it might have been a cat, so he ignored it and continued on his way. However, just a few steps further, he heard the sound again, only this time more clearly. He was able to make out the sound of a baby crying, so he looked around trying to see where the sound was coming from until he discovered a moving bundle next to an abandoned home. Cautiously, he approached and found a baby crying, wrapped around in a blanket. He decided to pick up the baby and take it back to his home while he tried to solve the mystery of the baby's parents. So as he continued his way home, now with the baby in his arms, the baby's cries gradually subsided. However, with each step, Don Jose noticed that the bundle, the baby, was feeling heavier. He opened the blanket to see the baby, but before he could say anything, the baby shouted, "Papi, mira mis dientitos. Daddy, look at my teeth." Don Jose, horrified by the sight of the baby's eyes glowing like burning coals and its long fangs protruding from its mouth, flung the child away and fled without a clear destination. Many say that he went insane and lost his sanity forever. Others claim that he returned home frightened and shared the details with his wife, after which he suffered from extremely high fevers for 3 consecutive days until he died. No one knows for sure what happened, except what Don Jose told his friends came true, que el diablo le pelaba los dientes. But before we finish today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a video I came across while I was researching Leyendas de Guerrero. Now, this video was taken in Taxco. I believe it's like a gas station. It could be an Oxxo, not sure. And it was taken back in 2008. So the quality of the video is not gonna be great, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know, they might have captured something, they might not have. I want to know your guys' opinion, so take a look.
Cálmate, pinche vieja, ¿eh? Cálmate, pinche vieja, ¿eh?
But what did you guys think of that video? I know the quality was not the greatest. I mean, 2008, so can't ask for much. But it was interesting. It was very interesting. It happened fast. I know the comments are going to be split, but I wanted to show it to you guys regardless because I've never seen that video before. So I had to share with you guys, and of course, it happened in Guerrero, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. But also, before I forget, if you guys have any spooky encounters, spooky stories, spooky leyendas from El Rancho, let me know. Send it to my daicyspooks@gmail.com. That is my email. Even if you guys don't want it to be featured on here, I still want to know, so send it my way regardless, because I would like to read them. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Los quiero mucho. I hope to see you guys all in my next one. Bye.